Hello, good people. This is Dilliard speaking, the CEO of the Open Wardrobe Gang, and welcome to a start of a completely new series on the channel, a blind playthrough from Elden Ring. And this is the most excited I've been in a while for a game, arriving on the channel, possibly ever, because if you guys have seen any of those blind playthroughs that we had on the channel from the Souls-like genre, be it Salt and Sanctuary, be it Blasphemous, be it the lovely Hollow Knight, you know by now that I am a big fan of like the FromSoftware PC catalog. Yes, I 100% all of them. I get all of achievements in them, and Elden Ring, a supposed treat, is next on the list, baby. Before we get into the experience, what do I know about the game? I don't know that much. Ever since the game was announced and released, I've been avoiding spoilers like the plague in order to, bring you guys a genuine blind experience over there. However, some things got to me, through the grapevine. I believe this game has a more open world approach, and this is a very interesting aspect because, From Software games, at least those I played, they are known for their tight, intricate, and very detailed level design, right? So I do wonder how the devs scale it up in order to go open world. I also believe there's like a horse in this game, in some capacity at least. Back in the day, I believe I watched the original announcement trailer, and one more that was released after that. And I remember nothing from that. Nothing, stood really out to me in order to track. But one thing, that there were some shots in which, characters were on top of horses, on horseback. So I do wonder how they, whether that's even the case and how they incorporated into the game. And I also, from those trailers, learned that this game, to a certain extent, was written by George R.R. Martin, the guy from Game of Thrones. That's very much random because I believe, these are, Japanese games. So a weird collaboration, I have to say. I am not familiar with, George's books. I am only familiar with, like, the Game of Thrones TV show. But if you go by that, the quality must be there. Thinking about it being co-written by the guy, I do wonder, whether it's like the lore for the game or maybe the narrative, right? The Dark Souls series has a very murky, nebulous, and rather basic narrative happening in the game, but with Sekiro, for example, they went in that, clear-cut, obvious sort of storytelling that is, happening on screen in front of your eyes. The characters and even the protagonist, they are, saying shit in cutscenes. So I do wonder, where are we going with Elden Ring over here? Considering the platform, yes, we are playing on PC, we are playing on Steam, we are in the offline mode, as you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen, for a variety of reasons. I am not that against, invading as a mechanic in these sorts of games, but I believe, it could spoil us, with invaders, wearing some of that exciting gear that I want to be, finding and seeing myself for the very first time. Also, I don't know how it is right now, but I remember back in the day with like the Dark Souls series, there were cheaters online, and these cheaters, cheating invaders, they could even permanently affect your save file for the game through this mechanic of invasion. So I certainly don't want to for that to happen. We just want to focus on the game, focus on the narrative, on the lore, and go offline. And we are also playing with, we are playing on PC, but we are playing with my trusty old Xbox 360 controller that has carried me through the, entire FromSoftware catalog and many other Souls-likes, so if it ain't broke, don't change it. At this point, I think we've mentioned all of the most important things. I think this is time to get into it. Let's freaking go. Okay, what stood out to me in the options also was this particular option for manual attack aiming. Allows for manual control of aiming of large weapons when locked in. View controls? No more info on that. Manual control of aiming of large weapons when locked on. This is interesting. This is by default off, so I guess I will keep it as that. Auto lock on off, auto target also off, and I turned down controller vibration because apparently when you load into the game, whenever you roll, which is like a very core mechanic in this game, the controller vibrates, so we certainly don't want none of that. Oh, and also let me turn back the goddamn music up, because it's awesome. I believe it's from the very first, reveal trailer, but it was blasting so hard last time I was here, I wasn't able to, record the intro properly. So yeah, I think at this point, with the music blasting, we are ready for the adventure. Let's go for a new game. And the music is cut instantly. Okay. And just like that, we are being provided with select character base. Very interesting. Select a base for creating your character. We have a vagabond, we have a warrior, we have a hero, a bandit, an astrologer. Look at that guy, a prophet, a samurai. Wait, we have a samurai in this? Is this like a collaboration between Dark Souls and Sekiro? Prisoner looking absolutely ridiculous. Has a wand in their hand. A confessor and a wretch. Okay, do we get more on this? Possibly? No, show attributes. There you go. Okay, there we go, vagabond, an equivalent of, a knight or whatever from the Dark Souls series, with a sword and a shield and a lot of strength and vigor. We have an individual with dual wielding, I presume. More of a dex build. We have an individual with a lot of strength once again, but lacking in every other regard because they have an axe. A guy with a dagger and a bow. That's kind of a thief type of a person. Astrologer for magic, probably, the sorceries. This guy for, faith-related stuff. The samurai is like a curveball. They start off with a katana, a shield, and a bow. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, where's the equivalent of a pyromancer? Are there pyromancies in this game? I would be interested in trying some out. This guy has something that looks like a wand, but the faith and arcane stats. Oh, but intelligence is high. Yes. Actually, looking at these stats, I want to go on a limb and say that certain things have been streamlined. Wait a hot minute. Okay. You can level up using runes. Vigor. It governs HP, but also fire resistance and immunity, whatever immunity is. Mind for FP. Okay, that's our mana bar. Affects focus, endurance, governing stamina, robustness, determines how heavy your equipment can be. This is crazy. I remember vividly in the Dark Souls series, they kind of split this stat into a couple of stats. You would get stamina with one stat, you would get, equip load with another. We have strength, wielding heavy armaments, and boosts power of strength scaling armaments and affects your physical defense. Once again, very interesting. If I'm reading this correctly, I probably need like a high strength stat in order to put on a heavy set of armor, right? The only thing determining, what you could wear in previous Souls titles, let's call them, was, how heavy load, how much of that heavy load you could be taking onto yourself, to the point of not being able to roll. But maybe, in order to get this game's equivalent of Havel's armor, I will need to boost my strength. Dexterity attribute required to wield advanced armaments. Also, okay. Dexterity scaling reduces cast time of spells, soften fall damage, really? Oh, and makes it harder to be knocked off your horse. Spoiler alert, there is a horse in the game. Int, glintstone sorceries, magic power of intelligence scaling sorceries, magic resistance, okay. For incantations, arcane, attribute governs discovery, holy defense, vitality, and certain sorceries and incantations. This right here, I have no idea what it is. I am not familiar whatsoever. Discovery, what may that be? I'm also, oh, and this is the very last one. I'm sensing a lack of, what was that stat called that was giving you defense stats? Was it resistance? I swear there was a stat giving you resistances across the board in previous games. There was also like a stat for a mage that would give you slots for weapons, or rather not for weapons, for, for spells. It's also not present over here. Very interesting. I am kind of in the fork in the road regarding what I want to be playing. I personally tend to play for the very first time as like a knight wielding like a cool sword. Because I think the games work best and they are balanced towards you just taking participation in, melee combat. What I'm trying to say is magic is for the losers. But I kind of never played like a pyromancer class. I played with sorceries a little bit. I played with, a paladin type of a character with a little bit of that god of thunder and healing in it. But I never tried like pyromancies. So I'm kind of at the fork in the road, and none of these characters look like a pyromancer at all. This confessor, he also has like a high faith stat, but how does it differ from just like a prophet? Probably what you start with, right? Maybe let's like start off basic with like a vagabond type of a character, a knight type of a character, and then we will be able to invest a little bit into magic, because he starts off with high HP, he starts off with high strength and dex, so we'll be able to find a weapon of our choice, whatever it may be, and also his int and faith stats are rather okay with 9, 9, and 7 in comparison to, let's say, like the bandit who has only 7 in intelligence. I feel like, yeah, I feel like, a knight this vagabond is like the perfect middle of the road character that we can go from there, you know, in any direction. And we might be checking out how, you know, the shields work and parrying. I'm convincing myself. Let's go. Please choose a body type. Type A, Type B. I'm okay with Type A, baby. Okay, and here we are in the lovely character creation, where people indeed create all sorts of monstrosities, going off of things that I've seen in this series. Okay, alright. Type A, age young. Age only affects appearance, has no bearing on ability. Yup, that's pretty in line with what I was thinking. I don't want to be spending too much time in this particular screen. Throughout the entirety of the game, we'll probably be running around with like a full set of armor and like a helmet, so I won't be spending hours on creating a pixel-perfect version of myself in the world of the game. But I guess, goddammit, I'm young at heart, therefore we are going with young. The origin, this is like the interesting thing. A knight exiled from their homeland to wander, a solid armor-clad origin. Oh. Okay. So even in this screen I can change the class that I'm playing. Okay, perfect. How about a warrior? A nomad warrior who fights wielding two blades at once, an origin of exceptional technique. Not really interested in that. A hero. A stalwart hero at home with a battle axe, descendant from a Badlands chieftain. A dangerous bandit who strikes for weak points, excels at ranged combat with bows. Yes, now that we are in like the character creator, we can look closely at what they are wielding. An astrologer, a scholar who reads fate in the stars. Heir to the school of glintstone sorcery. That's a pretty cool set, I'm not gonna lie, and the staff is lovely. I don't know how I feel about like the shield, but it could do. A prophet, a seer or ostracized for inauspicious prophecies, well versed in healing incantations. Okay. Is this the thing that he has over there? He has like a spear, an item next to it, and there's this little like round thing resembling a shield. Is that a healing incantation? It might very well be. Every single one of our characters also starts off with like a torch? I don't know what that thing is at the end of the line. A samurai, a capable fighter from the distant lands of reeds, handy with katana and longbows. That's a pretty cool looking base armor. Usually it goes, you know, the coolest looking stuff is locked, you know, there in like the late game. Or through just acquiring stuff. This guy, however, he starts off already in this cool, great looking armor, I have to say. A prisoner. Okay, what do you have about this guy? This is truly like a curveball. A prisoner bound in an iron mask, studied in glintstone sorcery, having lived among the elite prior to sentencing. Another wielder of sorcery. It's so weird. I don't know obviously how like the game works, but you would always have to find spells in the Dark Souls series, right? So I can only assume that both the astrologer and like the prisoner, they start off with like the same basic spell. Do you catch my drift? And a confessor. A lot of shields in this game. Most classes actually start off with a shield. This is such a surprise. A church spy adept at covert operations, equally adept with a sword as they are with their incantations. It's another wielder of magic, I swear. No, of faith. And a wretch. A poor, purposeless sod, naked as the day they were born. A nice club is all they have. Tempting to start, absolutely. They're in the dumps as like the underdog. But I think we'll be starting off with like the vagabond, as I was saying. A lot of HP and weapon stats to start off the game is like a good thing. A keepsake. Now this is where we can spice things up. No keepsake, the past has been well and truly left behind. A medallion invalid inlaid with crimson amber increases maximum HP. Okay. Lands Between Rune, the god of grace, shining in the eyes of the people of the lands in between, used to gain many runes. And we have learned through, help, that you level up with runes, so these are only just these small souls that you'll be able to acquire. A golden seed washed ashore from the lands between, said to enhance sacred flasks. Okay, wait a hot minute. Do we start with an item that permanently increases the potency of our healing item? Tempting. The ashes of small diminutive golems' ashes are said to hold spirits within. No clue what that is, and what it might be used for. In Dark Souls 3, I believe, and I remember, ashes were used for merchants to expand their inventory. 3 strange cracked pots that somehow meant themselves a container for certain thrown item. Okay. So something akin to throwing knives or these explosive bombs. A key. 2 stone keys shaped like swords breaks the seal on imp statues but can only be used once. Ah. Another interesting one, I'm torn between a key and a golden seed. 5 sacred branches charged with beguiling power, said to originate from the demigod Miquella. No clue. Boiled prawn, I can get behind this one. 5 pieces of boiled prawn boosts physical damage negation. And Shabriri's woe. The crazed likeness of a noble whose eyes have been gouged out attracts enemies' aggression. Oh, I guess alluring skulls? This game equivalents of them, you throw them in a certain place, and the NPCs, or rather the enemies, go that way instead of beelining it towards you. Let's go with the keys. Starting off with the key was always like a smart thing in Dark Souls 1. That one was permanent, however, but I am mighty interested in this one. Okay, and the base template. That's so funny. I'm just imagining like the abominations that people are able to create in this game. But they also, like these base templates, I believe in past games, they would give you just a tiny bit of lore regarding, the origin of certain, ethnic groups, let's say, in like the Dark Souls series. The most common face amongst the Tarnished, after all, they are all warriors. They were all warriors once. A face of an austere pilgrim, there are many roads to truth. The aristocrat, a regal face found among these who claim noble blood in the lands between. Pale motherfuckers is what they are. A loner. Face found among a proud and seclusive tribe folk, well versed in ancient legends and heresies alike. A face found among the hardy people of the Unforgiven North. Some say they are descendants from giants. Well, If that guy wasn't fucking pale, this guy is double pale. A seafarer, the face of one who wanders the seas in search of their home in the lands between. Lands between, mentioned many times over in this intro. A face from the faraway, isolated lands of reeds of the Asian descent, where blood is familiar sight. Draconian. The stony face of the people of the ancient dragons among whom life is typically short. Nightfolk. The features of those known as Nightfolk, few in numbers, they are said to bleed silver long ago. That's cool. I mean, these are many different variations of the same thing. I think I will go with someone normal looking, rather. For example, the warrior, because I'm a basic bitch, apparently. The face of the Numen, supposed descendants of denizens of another world, long-lived but seldom born. Okay. Which physique interests me regarding, like, the color of the skin, maybe, first, because later on you can, you know, change all of that. I certainly don't want to be playing as a pale motherfucker. I could be seen, like, from a mile away. I like the loner. To be fair, to be honest. I am vibing with a loner, face found among a proud and seclusive tribe of folk, well versed in ancient legends and heresies alike. This is a pretty cool baseline, a little bit hairy, unlike that back, but I don't mind. Let's see what we can mess with also. Oh, this one is mature. How does a youngling look? Oh, the mature one has like bruises and scars on the face. That's interesting. Let's go with young. Voice, an important thing because we'll be stuck with this voice for a very long time. Could we listen to it? Sample? All right. Certainly not an aged voice. Okay, let's go with the mature voice one. I'm liking the gruntness behind it. Skin color, absolutely am satisfied with that. Maybe we'll be able to adjust, like, at least the hairstyle a little bit. Okay. Facial aesthetic. Oh. Oh. A preset like that. How about we change, like, the hair first to something that suits us, and later on we'll go from there. I would like to play with a ponytail. My very first character ever in Dark Souls 1 had a ponytail. So I am vibing with that look a little bit. Maybe this one, because it's a little bit cleaner regarding the face, we'll be able to see the face just a little bit. Or maybe this one. No, not that one. Maybe this one. This one looks pretty freaking cool. Like an anime protagonist, to be fair. I like the long ponytail a little bit more. Okay, hair color. Ooh. Ooh. There's just a lot. There's just a lot to get to. I think going maybe a little bit on that silver side. Yeah, this in between silver and gray is looking great. For Mr. Where is facial hair, however? Where is facial hair? This is like an important thing. This beer is a little bit too unkept, and I am not vibing with it. However, something smaller could do the trick, I think. Okay, that's pretty cool, that's pretty cool. maybe we ought to be playing with a stash on this playthrough. Or maybe let's go small. Yeah, let's go small. Let's go small. The thing with hair and the thing with facial hair is it often clips in these games, I believe. So not the most hype thing to be, you know, constantly looking at. Perfect, perfect. I think we are almost done. I think we are also almost done. I don't want no tattoos or cosmetics or anything along the lines. Could we generate like a similar face? Ah, I see how it works. That's interesting. Oh, I believe I'm really vibing with this individual that we have going over here. Maybe the eye color? Change it up a little bit. It's like this beautiful, deep, I would say blue for now, but I think we can change it up just a tiny bit. Or should we? The individual is looking rather cool. A silver-haired protagonist is all we need. I think I'm convincing myself right now. Let's freaking go. We're ready to go. Absolutely. Alter body, alter face. What can we do for body? Oh, the proportions. I am absolutely okay with like the proportions. And with being muscular, you know, something opposed to my real-life equivalent of our protagonist. Okay, with that, I think we are absolutely good to go. With our beautiful protagonist, the outfit is a little bit skimpy, but I hope we'll be, you know, provided with something else going down the line. And I guess the very last thing is entering the name, which will be a rather basic Dyliard 1. Should we go like a Roman style and call ourselves Dyliardus? No, that would be just too ridiculous every time we introduced ourselves. I don't know how, you know, the dialogue works in this particular game, whether they truly went in more of a Sekiro style, who knows? Okay, with that out of the way, I think we are ready to go. Let's freaking get it. Starting game with this character, is that okay? It's perfectly fine, baby. Let's see it. I'm smelling an exciting cutscene. Let's go.
The fallen leaves tell a story.
Okay. Some sort of a smith?
Elden Ring was shattered.
Elden Ring shattered, okay, alright.
In our home, across the fog, the lands between.
Got it.
Now, Queen Marika the Eternal is nowhere to be found.
Find the queen, she's in another castle probably.
And in the night of the Black Knives, Godwyn the Golden was first to perish.
Okay, some assassination.
Soon, Marika's offspring, demigods all, claimed the shards of the Elden Ring.
Alright.
The mad taint of their newfound strength. triggered the shattering.
Alright, this is getting confusing.
A war from which no lord arose.
That's a cool.
A war
Ooh.
leading to abandonment by the greater will. Oh, rise now, ye tarnished,
Alright.
ye dead who yet live. The call of long-lost grace speaks to us all. Horalu, chieftain of the Badlands. The ever-brilliant Gold Mask. Fear, the deathbed companion.
A lot of characters.
The loathsome dung-eater.
Who?
And Sir Gideon Ofnir. The all-knowing.
Alright. Who do I kill first? Okay, it's not yet over. It's not yet over. We be going.
One other, whom grace would again bless.
Huh.
A tarnished of no renown. Cross the fog to the lands between.
I can do that.
Stand before the Elden Ring. And become the Elden Lord.
Absolutely. This I can do. And here we are in the game. Let's freaking go. Ooh, that was pretty freaking cool. That was pretty freaking sick. So many different characters mentioned, and we will have to be, you know, on the lookout for all of that. What I'm getting from like the story so far is there was this Elden Ring. It was shattered. And then the children of that queen of sorts, they laid their ugly hands on like the scattered remains of the Elden Ring, and a war broke out in process. I can only assume our task is to collect all of like the scattered remains of the Elden Ring, whatever it may be. Okay, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Here we are in the game. Let's freaking go. Okay. Okay, just like that. Who are you, lady? Though the path be broken and uncertain, claim your place as Elden Lord. Okay, only after you find the Elden Ring will you be able to become the Elden Lord, probably, huh? Okay, pledge remains. Tarnished, wizened finger. Wizened finger, what might that be? Oh shit! Oh shit, I jumped up. I thought it's like A in order to confirm. What the hell, they imported Sekiro jump into this? Oh, that's so cool. Okay. I didn't even mention, there's like the compass at the top there. With east, north, west, and south. Look, we truly are in the area of an open world game. What did I pick up? I have a pouch. The thing that I thought was a torch is a memory of grace. Inventory menu. The inventory menu can browse the items you are carrying, drop them on the ground, or throw them away. You can also use tools from the inventory menu. Show large image and explanation, or toggle character data. Okay, I get it. How do I close this? Thank you. New features can be enabled in the display tab within the system menu. Items obtained for the first time can be marked with an exclamation mark. A detailed tab, a dedicated tab has been created to view the items obtained most recently. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, for now, let's see what the tarnished wizened finger is used for. Oh, it's used to write messages to other worlds. Sucks to be me playing offline and I don't get to interact with this mechanic. But it is what it is. Switch view. Okay, I know this. How about switch display? Oh, so there's like a short description and a long one. Item for online play. Used to write messages, your messages will be conveyed to other worlds, allowing other players to read them. A finger of corpse wax, so emaciated the bone is visible. It is a relic of those who came before, left to help those who would come after. Yup. Okay, before we get deeper into, you know... Oh, we are also fat rolling. Before we get deeper into messing with our inventory, let's just progress forward and see what the game, you know, has to offer. Oh yeah, there totally can also be like invisible walls in this, right? Isn't like that a Dark Souls feature? Probably carried over? This is beautiful. What? What is this? Chapel of Anticipation. Is where we arrived. Camera controls. I am familiar game. I am playing. I am a gamer myself. Okay. Goddamn tree. It's enormous. And it's gold and it's shiny. Didn't like the intro say something about like the trees? No, not the trees, the leaves falling. Is that the? Is it the thing that is being scattered around here in the air? Oof, the game looks beautiful. Okay, easy peasy. No freaking box is gonna survive an encounter with me. This is a chapel indeed. I do wonder how you interact with some of those invisible walls, if they are truly in the game. It used to be with a hit or a roll in Dark Souls 1, I believe. And like in the second one, they messed it up, or rather changed it up for, you know, the action button. The door is broken shut. Okay. Alright. Instantly giving us a reason to come back to this area later on. Okay, okay. I'm going. What would we be finding in the immediate vicinity? A lot of boxes apparently, and not a soul. Okay, maybe some goodie stuck around the corner for yours truly to find. Oh, I don't want to plummet to my death just yet. Can you sprint? You can. Well, so far so good. The game is beautiful, it's peaceful. Nothing to worry about. Becoming an Elden Lord will be, you know, An easy peasy task, what can I say? Okay. The devs giving me the option to, you know, run behind that building, yet they provide me with nothing for my troubles. Okay, a bee-headed statue. It's not a good omen, is all I'm going to say. Okay, so far so good. So far so good. Oh no. A big open space? I don't like the sight of that. It just screams to me there's a boss fight. Just waiting to mess me up. Well, I guess one has to face their fears, right? Oh, look, there's even like a fog wall over there, right? This is not good. Whatever. Wait, let me see. Okay. This is the roll button. What do I even have with me? Equipment menu. With the equipment menu, you can equip armaments, armors, arrows, bolts, armor, talisman, and items. You can equip up to 3 armaments, each to your left and right hand. The action each armament performs will vary based on which hand is wielding it. I know this. I'm pretty sure I know this. And there, in the equip load, in the bottom right corner, it's giving me the heavy load. Oh, because I'm running both halberd and a longsword. What if I remove this? Oh, medium rolling. Let's freaking go. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. I can work with this. Let's see that scary motherfucker, is all I'm trying to say. Oh. Crafted Scion. Oh, hello, mister. Just like that, starting the game off with a boss? Ow! You bitch! Oh, you bitch! Where's my healing, by the way? You're one freaky crab, motherfucker. What can I say? Okay, alright. I'm dealing no damage whatsoever. And this guy instantly starts off his combo again? Hello? Hello, hi, hello? Why am I seeing nothing? Might have been thrown to, like, the garbage bin? I indeed was! Oh, no. Well, at least we were able to deal a little bit of damage to that guy. So this was like the demon at the beginning of Dark Souls 1 situation. No way to fight him. Your first encounter, is that the horse? The magical horse?
Don't worry, Torrent. Fortune is on his side. We found him here, after all.
It is me, the main character, the MC. Hello, what can I do for you, young lady?
One of his kind is sure to seek the Elden Ring.
Yes. Tell me more.
Even if it does violate the Golden Order.
The Golden Order. I'm gonna get that thing, and no order is gonna stop me. And we are back. We are back in the unconscious era, huh? Time to get up. This is like the beginning of Sekiro, also. Getting humbled real quick. Oh, beautiful. I love like the golden glowing branches. They are just beautiful. Stranded graveyard. And we got a flask of crimson tears. There you go. And a flask of cerulean tears. Okay, one may only assume. One may only assume they are used for restoring HP and FP. Perfect, perfect. Switch view. How do I switch the view? I think I can do it only from like the inventory. Yes, over here, the display. A sacred flask modeled after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by a tear of blessing. Filled with cerulean tears, this flask restores FP with use. Rest at the site of grace to replenish. The one washed up on the gravesite was sure to die until this flask offered its gift of rejuvenation to seek the Elden Ring. Okay, I get it. I get it. A sacred flask modeled after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by a tear of blessing also. Filled with crimson tears, restores HP. Yes, giving us just the same thing. Okay. Alright. The Cave of Knowledge. Jump down the hole ahead and you will find the Cave of Knowledge. There you can learn more about game controls and basic actions, as well as other tips that may be helpful during your adventures in the lands between. You can actually jump into the tutorial? Mr. Friendly Ghost? Brave Tarnished, take the plunge. Of learning and remembrance, recall the arts of war and your warrior's blood. I mean, it could be like a good idea. The Cave of Knowledge lies below. What do we also have in here? I'm not gonna wash up in a certain... Yep. I'm not gonna wash up in a certain place and leave right after. And why is it so goddamn dark in my Dark Souls? Cannot see a thing. I ought to have like a torch on me, right? Okay, anything else? Take the plunge of learning, blah blah blah. No, nothing. Sand guy's just sitting over here. Okay, I can take the plunge. Let's see. See the tutorial area. We are leaving. No stone unturned over here. Okay, I don't necessarily need to use my flasks just yet. Funnily, that dive did not hurt me whatsoever. Okay, Mr. Cave, Sites of Grace. Resting at the Site of Grace will restore your HP, FP, and cleanse any status ailments. It will also refill your sacred flasks. However, most of the enemies you've defeated will be revived. You can find these sites of going where light converges. The explanations are acquired in the form of info items and can be accessed from the inventory at any time. Okay. I can do that. Light up the bonfire, baby. What can we do at the bonfire? Pastime, flasks, memorize spell, sword, chest, or leave. Really? This was another thing I was thinking about. Okay, if this is like an open world game, will it be like a cycle of night and day in it? And it seems there is. Early day, and you have the ability to pass time. How about we allocate everything to like the health one, because we are so far not using any spells. With this menu you can allocate the number of use in each of your flasks. You have a set total of maximum. You can decide how many use for HP and how many for FP. Alright. Yeah, go in, all in. All in on health. And do we have spells? With the memorize spells menu you can memorize sorceries and incantations. You must have a staff equipped to cast sorceries or a sacred seal to incantations. Where are the pyromancies in this game? Are there no pyromancies? Sorceries, once again mentioned, and incantations, that's faith stuff. Your memory slots determine the number of sorceries and incantations you can memorize. You can increase your memory slots by obtaining a memory stone. Okay, so not necessarily tied to a stat, but a memory stone. And maybe pyromancies just got like merged into these two categories, right? Okay, I guess the adventure awaits for us. Haha, somewhere deep in this cave. Here we go. We can be parrying with the parry shield, apparently. Of course, of course. Let's sneak up on this guy. Maybe we can backstab them. Let's go. Easy peasy, our very first enemy. Could I parry you, mister? Maybe let's not try anything funny. Let's finish it up swiftly. Okay, now that Y is like the button. Now that Y is like a button for interacting with stuff and A is like the jump button, I don't know how to hold my sword with two hands, but I guess we'll find out later on. Use an armament in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. It's especially effective when done with a shield. Yep, makes sense. Not interested in that guarding for now. And look, we are getting some of those runes. Already 36 to my name. Kind of also wondering whether there's like equipment deterioration. Oh shit! You asshole. You asshole. If only I had a bow, I would finish you in no time. Wait, what? Acquire materials, what is this? In every corner of the lands in between, you will find fruits and flowers, mushrooms and butterflies, and various other useful materials. These materials can be used for item crafting. Raw fruit. Okay. I guess this suddenly became like a survival game. Oh, here it is, an asshole with a shield. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 armaments, yes. It can also be two-handed. Okay, wield with two hands, you have to hold Y? Or like... Oh, like this, okay. It's not as straightforward. How do we deal with this situation, mister? Spinning his world around. I guess it was easier than I thought it would be. Okay, you assholes. Can change targets, okay, like this. Perfect. These skeletons they pose no threat whatsoever. So don't think there's a reason for destroying the beautiful elements of like the environment. I have yet to find anything of use. Oh, and this asshole is here. Sporting a crossbow, this chap. Do you like my invincibility frames, bitch? Plummeted to his death. Okay, alright. You can see another contender. I think we are close to finishing like the tutorial all of like the basics are already here. Armaments have special abilities called skills. They are highly varied and range from powerful attacks to temporary effects. Using skill consumes FP. For a left trigger, or oh yeah. It is a thing in this game, yep. Oh, that was the skill. There we go. I believe that was added in with like... Oh, like this. Okay, perfect. I have to hold Y and then hit the right bump. Perfect. I believe these weapon skills, they were added with Dark Souls 3, the weapon arts. Wait, what? Crouching? Crouch to make it harder for enemies to discover you, especially effective in tall grass. Attacking the enemy that hasn't noticed you will cause more damage than usual. Wait, what? We Sekiro in this bitch? Wait, how are you supposed to do it? Oh, like this? Ah, I can change the modes. Change the modes of transportation. Oh. Let's try that again. Perfect. Now we Assassin's Creeding it. Assassin's Creeding, rather. Near back turned enemy critical hit, yeah. Locking onto them would be a good idea. Swiftly get to their back. There you go, okay. I was speaking out of my ass when I was saying we're getting to like the end of the tutorial. Stance breaking. Some attacks may break an enemy's stance, giving you a chance to perform a critical hit. Charge attacks and jump attacks make it particularly easy to break the enemy's stance. Oh, okay. I guess at least with like them adding a separate button for jumping, it's not now easier to perform jump attacks. Because it was like kind of difficult. Throughout the Dark Souls journey. Okay. Let's get this guy and be on our way. Stakes of Marika. Upon dying, you will be revived at the last site of grace that you visited. However, if there's a stake of Marika near where you died, you can choose to be revived there instead. They are throwing so many new things at me, and I'm absolutely enjoying the fact. I see they are, you know, once again, I'm a veteran of their games, so I'm very glad they are mixing and matching the formula a little bit to keep it fresh. I'm glad this is not like a Dark Souls clone, right? Soldier of Godric. Oh, you bitch. Guard counters. You can perform a counter attack immediately after blocking an enemy attack. RT immediately after blocking an attack. Guard counter. Okay, there's guard now. That's interesting. Okay. Alright. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, what can I say? I am a master of this game! We didn't even get to interact with the mechanic, which might be a little bit stupid on my part. This is what it is. The very first boss is biting the dust. The very first contender approached and was swiftly beaten to a pulp. Okay, I'm back. I'm back, baby. I'm back, you sad ghost. Sad, brooding ghost. And we are rewarded with a gesture. Let's go. And do you have anything new to say now that I've completed your gauntlet? No, he's just losing slurs in my way, calling me tarnished. Okay, well, what do we find on the other side of the doorway? Just more monstrosities to tear into us? Or maybe a little bit of that peaceful gameplay? I love the fact that we, you know, woke up in the chapel and now we are transported into, you know, a cave and a catacomb system. Immediately. Okay, hello. Hello. Lost Grace discovered. What else can we be doing here? Pastime, flasks, spells, chest, and leave. Yeah, not much. Why is there like a fog over here? It's a little bit whack. Guess now I know where I ought to be going. The only way forward, that is. It's two little cute gargoyles sitting on top of one another. That's awesome. Okay. Is our stone sword key coming into play? Interesting. Am I picking up what you're putting down, game? I can absolutely get past through this fog wall. I just have to pay with a key. If that is so, I think I'm going to not do that for now and save the key. But at the same time, I am mighty curious what lies on the other side. We're just at the beginning of the game. I don't think we'll be, you know, thrown into too much of a dangerous situation. But alas, let's save for now. Okay, what else do we have in the room, in the vicinity? Some jars, clearly breakable. Cooperative multiplayer. Use tarnished Furlet finger to write a gold summon sign. Cooperative multiplayer will begin once you have been summoned by a player from another world. You will take the role of an ally, and your objective is to defeat the area boss. The compass at the top of the screen indicates the direction of the summoner. Beautiful. Finger Severer. Not something we'll be dealing with just yet. Tarnished furled finger. Let me get deeper into this holy place, first and foremost. I would like to mess with so many things in my inventory. Yet one has to proceed forward. Okay. That is looking suspicious, like there could be some invisible walls in the vicinity. Beautiful, beautiful. So far, so good. Outside of that very first, you know, crab individual who absolutely ruined me, it's looking rather okay. Oh! Oh, baby! Limgrave. Holy hell. Holy hell, this game is impressive visually. Keeping us in that dark and depressing place just to, you know, unleash us onto whatever is in front of your eyes right here. Crazy. I see some materials, however, in here. Well, not to be checking that out. I see the Limgrave area kind of stretches in all goddamn directions. Hello. Are you guys friendly? Seemingly so. Okay, there's some island over there. There are some ruins all around. The tree is beautiful. Oh, it's like a smaller tree. Smaller tree in that way. Moon or whatever that may be up there. Sun in place also. This place is all fucked up. It's like the absolutely astonishing tree in the distance. Okay, the aqueduct is always also there. There's some goddamn castle, some cliffs. I don't know what to be doing with my life. Wait a hot minute, if we are out, is there like a map system outside of like the, you know, the compass there at the top in status? Not necessarily. That's not necessarily it. Equipment and inventory, I have not seen map in there also. Some goddamn enemies roaming about already. I think this is the site of Grace also. Yeah, kind of low-key from like a distance, not so easy to spot them. Guidance of Grace. Grace exists to guide the tarnished and lead them along the proper path. Even now, some sites of Grace retain the power. Their golden rays will guide you along your way. Okay, just follow... Okay. Follow the fireflies, I guess. Oh! Here we go, baby. The map. Use your map to check your current position as well as terrain and surrounding structures. You can update your map with new information by finding map fragments and stales along the road. You can also use the map to freely place beacons of light to serve as landmarks as you explore. That's awesome! Okay. Oh, here we go. No idea why I didn't check, you know, this button. With the map menu, you can check your current position and terrain. You can also freely place beacons. You can select any site Grace that you've discovered and travel there instantaneously. There are some dungeons and some other areas where this cannot be done. Okay, understood. So this is how fast traveling also works here. It's not just between bonfires as it used to be. It is now through the map to Sites of Grace. I can only assume that marker over there. The marker over there is me. So this particular come shot going north is probably telling me where to go. Okay, Stranded Graveyard and Cave of Knowledge. Okay. Places where we've been. Yes, here it is. Look at it. Who are you?
Oh, yes. Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring?
Oh, yes.
Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
What?
Guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the round table hold, you are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity.
No need to be so hostile, man. Calling me maidenless right off the gate? What do you mean?
Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless.
Really?
Vare. Take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you, tarnished.
Let's say I am.
You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace. A path that a tarnished must travel.
Okay.
Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you, tarnished, to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Interesting, interesting, interesting line of dialogue you have there. So, if I'm getting what you're putting down is, follow the Grace come shot, and I will find myself a maiden, huh?
Grace's guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly.
Tell me more, tell me more.
Castle Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Drafted.
Demigod. Okay, weren't demigods the children of that one important lady?
It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you, if you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are.
We can't do it maidenless? Come on, man.
It's time you set off to Castle if you seek...
Okay, alright, alright. God damn, this is a lot to take in. So no Firelink Shrine. No freaking nice place to crash on someone's couch. I have to find myself a maiden first? Summoning pools. In each area you may find effigies of martyrs. These effigies are summon pools. You will find it easy to summon other players at these locations as co-op and hostile summoning signs. Signs created with small effigies gather at a summoning pool. Okay. A big emphasis to start it off on co-op, in which we will not partake. I don't like the sight of that guy. Let me tell you, I will be avoiding this motherfucker at all cost. Oh yeah, this individual, however, this small sheep, this is what I can take down. Yeah. You keep over there. You, however... +5, let's go. Can pillage corpses. Thin beast bones. And budding horn. Oh my god, I feel like an asshole. Just murdering these poor sheep/goats. Okay, where is like the cum shot pointing us at? This is terrible. To a certain extent, terrible. Acquire materials. What is this? A ruin fragment. Yeah, I swear it was going in that direction. But that may be just our very first, like, objective. That Godric or Goddard or whatever his name was, individual. Where the hell is my maiden? Is this about that lady who was riding on that cool horse, magical and stuff? I would think so. This game indeed is open world. This is so weird. A FromSoftware game that is open world. I mean, so far so good. We are also finding like some rats over here. This is like the level of enemies I can deal with. Oh yeah, you. This is the end for you, my friend, I'm sorry. This is the intended way of playing the game. More eagles, that's lovely, but where's my maiden? Where's my Firelink Shrine? Where's my hub? Where's the hub I am supposed to be arriving at? Okay, you evil skull. What are you? Golden rune. Perfect. I'd really like to check out all of like these items and such. But like doing it out here in the open is filling me with dread. that something is gonna get me. Real good. Okay, there we go. Easy peasy, just like that. We got a little bit of herba. Okay, vanquishing any enemy groups. Vanquishing an enemy group will replenish your flasks. The number and type of flasks to be replenished varies depending on the enemy group. You cannot replenish more flasks than your maximum amount. So peculiar. Okay. My bad probably should have been getting hit a little bit before killing this entire group of enemies. Well. Where will this take me? A mushroom, perfect. But I am maidenless, I cannot do anything with this. I doubt I will be able to get anywhere. Through here. A Stormfoot catacomb. As I was saying, that's cool and all, but first and foremost, we need to be finding ourselves the equivalent of a fire bearer, right? Let me look at the map, maybe we'll be able to make like a plan or of sorts. Found another Site of Grace, but what of it? There's something over here that I ought to be checking out. This is like the only thing that shows up on the map, and there's like this aqueduct or like a road next to it. Maybe, just maybe. We should be sprinting past those bozos and going that other way. Look, this is so lovely. It's raining. This game has everything. That's awesome. Okay, dear game, where are we going with this? Pick up the item, certainly. Okay, who are these guys? What the hell are you? Some goddamn sacks of potatoes? What is this? I can clearly target them. Okay. Not the most formidable of foes, I have to say. How about you? Are you more on that dangerous side, my friend? No. Okay, pretty weird. Okay, it started moving. It started moving. Oh! What the hell was that? Oh, shit! Uh-oh, flies, mosquitoes. I'm getting Hollow Knight flashbacks. That game has some mean goddamn mosquito combat. Okay, calm down over here, my man. Stop zooming around. I just want to say hi. I want to say hello. Yes. Okay. One fast enemy, let me tell you. Okay, well this is okay. We're clearly going in like the right direction if this is like the, you know, strength of enemies we are provided with. Great dragonfly head. Okay. During the combat I also spotted that one particular thing over there. What is that? What is that individual? Before we move forward in our search of the maiden, I guess we ought to be checking out different things along the way. Oh, look! And we are also arriving At another site of grace? Am I understanding that correctly? Was that the correct term? Sites of graces, the bonfire equivalent in this game. Oh, excuse me, excuse me. Let me cut you down, guys. You might be a protected species, but not in this game. Flight pinion. And 4 toad foul foot. Okay, okay. What is this? From like the distance, I was thinking it would be an individual standing over here, but no, it's just some kind of a statue. Okay, okay, okay. Can we interact with this? I bet we can, in some way, shape, or form. Not yet, funnily enough. Does not show up on the map whatsoever. Oh well. A little bit disappointed. Just a little bit of lore, I guess. Lore, and world building, I suppose. Okay, the very next stop. The very next stop is, I guess, this particular church? Looking ruin? Oh! Oh shit! Another inhabitant? Is that my maiden? It's not looking like the maiden we saw in like the cutscene previously in the game. There's like they have like a cute donkey. Church of LA. And they are looking like Santa Claus themselves. Oh. Strengthening armaments. At a smithing table you can spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. Somewhere in the lands between you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. Okay. We can spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen our equipment. But there are also some smiths in the wild. Okay, let me claim this particular place. Lost Grace discovered. Fast travel to sites of grace. Throughout your map, you can instantly travel to any sites of grace that you have visited and discovered. However, there are some dungeons and other areas where this cannot be done. Okay, pretty straightforward. So I guess in this particular game, it's not a case of running to a bonfire to get to another bonfire. You can do it from like the level of the map. And look, the cam shot is back. And it indeed is pointing at us in that direction. Okay, so this is a little bit whack. How did that appear on my map? I could have sworn we've seen only the Stormfoot Catacombs. The Cave of Knowledge. The first steps and the white mask. Oh, I guess this is, yeah, the underground stuff. It was just like so close to this one, I thought they would be overlapping. But they ain't. Okay. New arrival. Let's talk. Let me get a better look at you. Santa Claus looking motherfucker. What is he even like holding? Is this some kind of a fishing rod?
You're tarnished. I can see it.
Oh, it's a...
I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why
Correct.
not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Okay, it's like a musical instrument now that he changed his pose. About Kyle.
I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring.
Okay.
It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely. Let's say you're a very welcome customer.
Perfect, perfect. So that was it about our dear individual merchant. Recommendation.
You know, if you can spare the runes, you should buy yourself a crafting kit. A crafting kit allows you to make basic items on your own.
Okay.
Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here for any duration. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
A wise business decision, my friend. Okay, so I can only assume we'll be able to use that anvil over there with the wares of this guy.
No, if you can, you should
Okay,
buy
that's
yourself
it
a
for
crafting
him.
essential. The kit costs, but the
I guess he doesn't have this, like, general FromSoftware thing, just talk, and then you hit them over and over again until they repeat it. I guess he had something about himself and also a recommendation. Okay, purchase. What can we get? Shop menu. With the shop menu, you can spend runes to purchase various items. You can also sell items for runes. Each merchant stocks a different variety of items for purchase. That makes perfect sense. Okay, what do we have over here? My friendo. We are in the all items category. There is tools, ashes, crafting material, bolstering material, key items, rather important sounding, sorceries, incantations, ashes of war, armaments, arrows, armor, talismans, and info? Interesting, so many categories of items. Okay, throwing daggers I am accustomed. Telescope, something that I want to be, I think, buying and using in this particular game. It's so, you know, big, and there are so many, you know, things looming there on the horizon that, you know, checking them out with a telescope actually in this game makes sense. Full calling finger remedy reveals co-op and hostile summon signs. A cracked pot container requiring for crafting cracked pot items. Enables the practice of crafting, of item crafting. Okay, the crafting kit that he mentioned. This is something we ought to be buying. Also, I think. Nomadic Warrior's Cookbook expands crafting repertoire. I am so thrown off. Okay, so there's crafting in this game. Nomadic Cookbook once again. Missionary's Cookbook. Arrows, bolts, torches, shields, a chain coif, armor, gauntlets, and leggings, and flask of wondrous physics. A note imparting knowledge in brief. A note sold by a nomadic merchant contains information about a flask of wondrous physic. Further details are available only to paying customers. And information about waypoint ruins. Okay, could I be like buying these things and it would later on appear on my map? You know, new points of interest? I can only assume it would, I don't know, spawn something on the map. Or maybe now that I'm looking at the map, there's just like this particular chunk over here. Maybe it will uncover whatever lies beyond. Or maybe even beyond that black bar over here. This particular road clearly leads somewhere, I think. Can I like... Oh... Okay, I can. Oh, I can zoom out. It's amazing. Like this, huh? Okay, mister, thank you very much. I guess...
What is it?
I guess I will purchase a crafting kit for now.
I'm glad you made an excellent...
If you have a crafting kit, you can make various items from materials that you found. Select item crafting from the main menu to make items. You can learn to craft more items by finding cookbooks. Wait, so I am not supposed to be using like the anvil over there? Containers. You will need cracked pots or other containers to craft certain items. You will not be able to make more of those items than you have containers. Container items will run out with use, but the containers themselves will remain. Okay. A smithing stone. And use smithing table. Okay. So, the smithing table for upgrading gear and and item crafting for, like, some consumables, I guess. Smithing menu. So many pop-ups in this game, it's insane. FromSoftware games are kind of known for, like, their lack of tutorials and such, so I am kind of welcoming this change that is trying to, you know, at least brief you in regarding every window. With the smithing menu, you can spend runes and smithing stones to strengthen your armaments. You can strengthen your armaments up to +3. Somewhere in the lands between, you may meet a blacksmith who can make your armaments even stronger. Armaments, what a weird word. Okay, so I can do it on my own to +3, some basic shit, and regarding going beyond, we need a smith. A fully fledged one. Okay, that's pretty cool. With like what I currently have, I could be upgrading the gear. Before I do, however, item crafting, here it is. With the item crafting menu, you can make various items from materials that you find. You can learn to craft more items by finding cookbooks. So, this is what I have. Fire pots throw at enemies to inflict fire damage. A roped fire pot, throw behind you to inflict fire damage. Oh, I know these. Very useful in PvP, if I remember correctly. Bone darts, throw at enemies to inflict damage. And I actually could be crafting this from just thin beast bones. This could be like a good item against those mosquitoes that just fly around. Up until I have like a bow and an arrow, I cannot be, you know, I have to wait it out and wait for them to, you know, come to my level in a way. But with this, maybe not. Raw resin on horseback, feed to torrent to restore HP. I can only assume that torrent is the name of the horse. And I can only assume it restores the HP of a horse, and not mine. Shines with colored light when placed, serving as a guide. And something that we already have. Or rather can buy from the other guy. Okay. Interesting, interesting. I guess if that is the case, we could be... what could we be doing with this information? Should I be... I guess I'll be buying, like, the telescope. Yeah, first and foremost, not interacting that much with the cookbook, but looking at stuff around.
Nice to do business.
Okay. Wow. With this particular one, I think the episode will be coming like to a close. I know we have not achieved that many things, but it's a good start. You know, it's me getting to grips with like what Elden Ring has to offer, and it seemingly has like a lot of cool shit to offer, right? Mixing and matching kind of gameplay from, you know, let's say Dark Souls and Sekiro into this new and exciting format. Yes. Before we go, I want to also be checking out what we have in like the inventory. I don't know whether I mentioned it already, but I'm kind of a gamer that, you know, looks closely at every single item that we pick along the way in these games and try to figure out lore and, you know, just the importance. because there's not that much, story in FromSoftware games. There's mostly, lore, and it mostly can be found from what the items have to say and what, like, the NPCs have to say. So I do like to be, inspecting, what we are provided with, and we are provided with a lot, as you can see. I didn't even, check, the equipment that I have on me. Okay. Astrology tool used by members of the Carian royal family, a stolen part of a larger instrument, really. I do believe we could have played like an astrologer, so that's interesting. And a stolen part of a large instrument. Maybe you can improve on our telescope later down the line. During the age of the Earth Tree, Carian astrology withered on the vine. The fate once writ in the night skies had been fettered by the Golden Order. Okay. So the astrologers, not that hot right now regarding their whereabouts and their status. We have a stone used to smith a variety of armaments, a shard found in plenty. Okay. So we also need shards still, in a way. This time it's just like it's smithing stones. So I can't really get my weapon to +3 right now. It's probably just to +1. Smithing stone is found throughout the lands between, and mining galleries built to excavate it can be found everywhere. About containers. Oh, okay. The tutorials are always also placed here. That's lovely. Guidance and grace. Perfect. We can be, revisiting them later if we are confused about something. I don't think we will, but that's nice. Leather bag containing a pestle and mortar, small blade, and various other tools. Enables item crafting from the main menu. Both means to fight and means to survive. It's so interesting the game throws it my way, and it's like, oh yeah, absolutely make some fire bombs and other consumables so that you can, survive in the wild over here. Okay, the map, smithing, four-toed foul foot. In the lands between, having 3 digits is seen as a bad omen. As such, the four-toed foul foot is a gift of great luck indeed. Why would, the number 3 be a foul omen? Peculiar. Commonly used for our fletchings. Okay, a golden rune. Grace that dwells within the inhabitants of the lands between the lingering trace of gold. We can get 200 runes from these. That's absolutely amazing. So we have more at our disposal than I thought. Berry-like red fruits that grow in shrubs. Easily found everywhere in the lands between. It has a wide variety of uses. A head of a large dragonfly, material used for crafting, long believed to have the ability to neutralize poisons. Okay, that's a useful item that I might want to be putting on my hotbar. But if it is like a material used for crafting, I don't know whether that's on the table. We have some ruin fragments. Stone fragments found near places when ruin have fallen from the sky. Another interesting tidbit, ruins are raining from the sky. Can be also used for throwing at enemies. These shards of stone are believed to have once been part of a temple in the sky. They glow with a faint light from within. A temple in the sky. So peculiar. All of these ideas are already appearing in my brain regarding what we'll be finding later down the line in this game, and I'm mighty excited. Now that I'm thinking about it, the place where we started off the game, that chapel with that crab enemy, that crab boss, I believe it was higher in the sky. I remember there being this void and a drop off. Shaded in mist, and we were very close to that enormous gold tree. So I do wonder where we were, transferred. Probably somewhere, away from that place. A fungal growth that thrives in damp thickets and elsewhere. Material used for crafting items. Its thick, spongy flesh makes it a key component in throwing pots. Evergreen leaves that give off a faint light. A common medical plant. I do wonder, Dark Souls 2 introduced these, and not only Dark Souls 2, but many Dark Souls games introduced many ways of healing yourself. It's not always through the flask of the game, but sometimes you have some consumables that can top you off. I do wonder whether we can just craft something from herba now. Thin, hard beast bones, materials used for crafting items, commonly used to make disposable weapons. Found by hunting beasts. A rarely seen specimen of a young budding horn. Found by hunting herbivorous beasts, this horn began to sprout on a beast that typically bears no horn. Perhaps it's a vestige of the primordial crucible. Wait, what? It sprout on a beast that typically bears no horn. What is going on in this place, man? Item for online play. Okay, not that interesting then. About the map, yes. The finger. Tarnished furled finger. A finger of corpse wax, furled like a hook. It is a relic of those who came before, left to help those who would come after. And a finger severer. This phantom blade severs the link formed by a furled finger, but the maidens scorn those who abuse its use. Oh, yeah, right. You can kind of summon someone in these games and then send them home if they are just fucking around. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, the flask. A very important item. A sacred flask model after a golden holy chalice that was once graced by tear of blessing. Filled with tears, this flask restores FP, yes. The one washed up on the gravesite was sure to die until this flask offered its gift of rejuvenation to seek the Elden Ring, absolutely. A stone's word key. And we actually have two of them. I believe we started off with just one, and I don't remember where I picked the other. I was theorizing that it would allow us to open up that one, fog deep below. A sword-shaped stone key breaks the seal on imp statues, but remains embedded in the statue after use, meaning it can only be used once as an item. Think well before using one. And our trusty gear. This is actually the most important stuff right now. I believe, the gear that you found throughout the game is what provides you with, the most lore. Greaves of a knight banished from their motherland, dirty and battered after enduring a lengthy vagabond journey. Metal armor is heavy but also sturdy, offering significant damage negation. Okay. The crest emblazoned on the front is worn and dingy, no longer able to evoke sentiment. The visor is broken and can no longer be lowered. That's hilarious. Okay, we are in a dire need of some upgrades regarding our armor. Okay, and the halberd. Have not tested it yet, but a range usually gives you a pretty good advantage in these games, so I might switch off to the halberd later on. A long-handed polearm that combines the function of both axe and spear can be used to press a single enemy with continuous thrusting attacks, or sweep at groups, taking advantage of its great reach and cleaving blade, a versatile weapon for any situation. A straight sword with a double-edged blade, in addition to its reliable standard damage, this weapon also boosts power-piercing attacks. A superbly balanced armament. and medium-sized metal shield comparatively easy to handle. Metal shields reliably negate physical damage when guarding, a trait which made them highly trusted on the battlefield. Does this weapon have 100%? Yes, physical. Okay, a very useful one, and it also has parry. We have to be checking that out. There's just so much stuff to do in this game. I'm positively overwhelmed. And the very last thing, Memory of Grace. The memory of first Grace, which once guided bygone tarnished to the lands between. Lose all runes and return to the last site of Grace visited. It is merely a cycle. Stand before the Elden Ring, become the Elden Lord. Let's freaking go. Okay, so this is like a dark sign from like the Dark Souls series. Very interesting. I did not realize we had it on us. Okay. That's pretty freaking cool. Oh, I'm already seeing some bats out there in the distance. This is scary. Scary prospects, but like the cam shot that is currently being, you know, shot off from like the Church of LA is definitely telling us to go in this particular direction, which we'll surely do in the very next episode. As I was saying, this one is coming to a close. I have not, you know, achieved much, but at the same time, I don't want to make the very first one too lengthy. What can I say? I'm having great fun. To start off the very next one, I will try myself in combat a little bit more. That one particular golden knight that was roaming around this place somewhere, I will try to take that guy on and see whether I can, you know, master a victory. But that guy was, you know, looking just mighty dangerous. But what can one man do outside of trying their best? Yes. Okay, did anything change regarding this screen? Not necessarily. So I think for the very first episode we are absolutely good to go. As I was saying, great fun, great excitement for the future, and you know, that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe, but remember to do it only if you guys feel like it. It's always greatly appreciated though when you guys do, because it helps this channel a great deal. And considering the channel, also check it out, there may be some other blind playthroughs in there that may pique your interest. For the very last time, thank you guys for joining me on this probably lengthy Elden Ring journey. See you in the very next one, and bye bye, stay safe out there, you beautiful people. Bye bye.